We are live, Julie.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan show. It's where we blend spirituality and practicality to help you live a life of purpose and joy. We got a whole bunch of people that have joined us this evening with their questions. If you want to have a conversation with me, come in at askjulieryanshow.com. If you're joining us on the YouTube live stream, we're at Ask Julie Ryan. And just put your first name and where you're located in the comments and your question. And Samantha's over there. So she'll be helping people there. Chris is on the main control board, the man behind the curtain. He was in Atlanta, by the way. There were so many people that were so excited to meet him because, I talk about him all the time, and he's the man with the power. I have been a crazy woman this week. I got a house full of company arriving starting at 9:30 tomorrow morning. The first flights are landing in Sweet Home, Alabama, and we're all going to the Oklahoma Alabama game here in Tuscaloosa. I'm about 45 minutes from Tuscaloosa. So my brother John and his wife Gail are flying in from Chicago. One of my childhood best friends, Patty, is flying in from Oklahoma City. She graduated from OU Law School. So it's going to be a blast. But you know how it is when you're preparing for a house full of company. The flowers are arranged, the beds are good, the towels are good, there's extra toilet paper in their bathrooms and all that jazz. So after the show, I'll make one final lap to be sure everything's done before I make my chicken salad that I'm serving for lunch tomorrow. So you guys know how that goes when you got a bunch of company coming in, but should be a really fun weekend, and looking forward to it. All right. Having said all that, Chris, who's our first caller? MD. Hello, dearest Julie. It's Diana from Maryland. Well, hi, dearest Diana. Would you kindly scan a friend of mine who just underwent surgery for breast cancer? Oh, I'm sorry. She's having a difficult recovery. Her name is Bridget. Absolutely. So, what I'm going to do is connect into you first, Diana. And then from you, I'm going to go to Bridget and I'm going to ask her if I can scan her. Because, I don't scan anybody without their permission because I think it's unethical. So, for those of you that are joining us the first time, how all this works is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I'm going to watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to hook into Diana in Maryland. I'm going to go from you, Diana, to Bridget, and then I'll ask her permission. And then I'm going to envision shooting energy from her feet up through the top of her head. And it's going to be as if I'm looking at an X ray or a CT scan or an MRI. Something will be identified, there'll be a healing. I'm going to describe the healing in detail. Diana, I want you and I want everybody else listening and watching to envision what I'm describing, or at least get a feeling for it, because then we're all sending healing energy to Bridget. And it's kind of like the power of prayer. When somebody's on a prayer chain and then you got lots of people praying for them, it's the same thing. The other thing that's important to remember with this is time doesn't exist in the spirit world. Time's a human creation. So if you're watching this live this evening, or if you're watching it in the future, even 5 years or more in the future, it doesn't matter because the healing is still going to happen. So then the healing will be done on the energetic level. It's going to integrate into the body. That can happen instantly. It can take days, weeks, months, may need some kind of complementary care like change in diet, physical therapy, whatever. But it's always the person's choice of how to integrate the healing, because nobody ever heals anybody else. No doctor, no healer like me, no shaman, no medical provider. We all heal ourselves. We're here to help that person heal themselves. You get a cut on your leg, you go to the emergency room, get it stitched. That doctor don't make your skin grow back. You make your own skin grow back. And that's how all this works too. So, all right. I just like to go through that every time because we always have new people joining us. And I just want to explain how this works. And, of course, buffet of psychicness. We can talk to your deceased loved ones. I can scan your pets. We can do medical stuff, energy healing, tell how close to death somebody is, do past lives, talk to your angels, your spirit guides, the buffet. It's whatever you want. All right, here we go. Diana, Sweet Home Alabama, laser beam headed your way. Got you going from you to Bridget. Bridget, I'm talking to Diana. May I scan you and help you in your recovery from surgery? She said, absolutely. So if you set that up, good job. If not, it's good anyways. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm shooting energy from her feet up through the top of her head. Okay, I can see where the operation was. I can see where the surgery was. It looks like she's got like a little pussiness in there. It looks like she's got some infection. So what I'm watching happen is I'm watching it get irrigated where the incision is, and then I'm watching antibiotic energy get applied, Diana. Antibiotic energy is a hot pink color. Think of fuchsia, more pink than purple. That's being put in there. All right. And so now what's happening is stem cell energies sealing it, and it's a light amber color gel, has sparkles in it, reminds me of Dippity Doo hair gel, and there's a vortex spinning out in front of her, and that's helping the skin heal. The other thing that I'm watching happen is I'm watching a grid, kind of like a support structure. It reminds me of a 4x4 gauze bandage where when you look at it, you can see the vertical and the horizontal lines that have woven that piece of fabric. That's what this looks like, almost like a screen with vertical and horizontal. And that's going to be a support for this skin to grow into. And that's what I'm watching. I'm watching this skin grow into it. And it kind of, the analogy that Spirit's sending me is when you have a trellis and vines are growing in through the trellis, whether it be roses or whatever, ivy. And so that's going in there. So hopefully that will help her recover. And her spirit's in her body. She's not dying. So that's the good news. And I get she'll make a full recovery. So pay attention, though. Have her pay attention to how she's feeling. If she starts to develop a lot of heat in that area or excess pain, more so than the surgical pain, she needs to call her doctor and stay on top of that. I think we've headed off an infection in the past. You're a sweet friend to call in. Thanks, Diana. Alrighty, everybody. AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation with me. I'm at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Remember to subscribe. Remember to click the bell so you'll be notified when a new episode comes out. We're on all the podcast networks. We got 5 YouTube channels: English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and German. So if you have friends or family that prefer those other languages, the shows are dubbed in those languages, and people are really starting to enjoy those too. So please pass it along. Okay, let's see who's next. Oh, family. Sade. God, we got the clan here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How are all y'all? That's what they say here in the Deep South. All y'all.
We're
So,
amazing.
We're happy
wonderful.
to see you.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
We're happy to see you.
Oh my gosh, how many of you are there? Wow, they keep growing in numbers, you guys. I can see
Four of
4.
us.
4.
4.
Who's with you, Sade?
Is my brother, my cousin, my mom, and my aunt.
Oh my
I'm the
gosh.
mom.
Hi,
My
everybody.
sister.
Hi.
Terrific.
Hi.
Where are all of you? Where are you located?
Miami, Florida.
All right, terrific. So, you got a question for me?
We would like to have a healing for their highest and greatest good.
Okay, that's like an appointment for an hour. So pick one
Yeah.
question and we'll deal with that on the show because we have so many people on hold, Sade. So
We would like
schedule
to,
an
we would
appointment
like to
with
heal
me
for
or one of my graduates. You know, I got
Mm-hmm.
5 graduates that are fabulous, and schedule an hour appointment. We can cover all you guys in an hour, but I got 5 minutes to talk to you right now. So who's
How,
got the most pressing issue?
how do you see her health?
Well, what's going on? Mama, what's happening? What do you need help
Well,
with?
I had a stroke about 6 years ago,
Oh my.
and
Okay.
I had a stent placed in the brain,
Yeah.
and I'm supposed to get angio, but I'm kind of, and I'm on a blood thinner,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't know what to do.
Okay. Let me get you on my radar. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading down to you in Miami. All right, got you. Shooting energy from your feet up through the top of your head. Okay, I can see where the stroke happened in your brain. I don't know if Sade told you, but my analogies are really hilarious at times. And I don't mean
did.
for them to be, it's just how spirit communicates them to me so we can have a human frame of reference for this energy healing that we're doing. Brain matter looks like thick cooked oatmeal. How's that for a funny analogy? And it has the consistency of soft butter. When there's a stroke, I can see it looks like dried blood in the area, and then it forms scar tissue. Scar tissue looks like chicken cartilage in a chicken breast with the bone in. So what I'm watching, what's your first name, Mama?
Beate.
Beatin?
Beate.
B-E-A,
Beate. Beate.
Beate. Okay. So Beate, we're scooping out that scar tissue where it leaves a divot in that brain matter, putting in stem cell energy. It's the coolest stuff ever. It'll fix any body part we need. Light amber colored gel has sparkles in it because it's woo-woo. Gotta have sparkles. And it reminds me of this hair gel called Dippity Doo in the 60s and 70s. Do you remember that? That
Yes,
hair
I do.
gel? Isn't that hilarious? They still sell it on Amazon. I've never used it, but I think it's a riot. So there's a vortex spinning outside of your head, and that's going to regenerate new brain matter. When I see scar tissue in the brain, it can occlude neural pathways, and neural pathways look like laser beams as part of a security system. Have you ever seen a movie where they're trying to steal a painting out of a museum and they're jumping over the laser beams and rolling under them and all of that? That's what this looks like. So we've got that going. Okay, laser beams, all your neural pathways are lit up. Let's do a neurological clearing as well of your whole body. Imagine that your neurological network looks like aquarium tubing. And imagine that inside that tubing gets dead cells and other debris that can clog those impulses, those electrical impulses that are going from the brain to wherever throughout your body. So imagine there are a bunch of corkscrews that are spinning really fast inside all those pieces of tubing that make up your neurological network. Again, these are all analogies to give us a human frame of reference for this energy healing. And it reminds me of the Pac-Man game in the 70s and 80s where you'd have the Pac-Man eating all those little dots, and sometimes they would multiply and eat more dots. That's what this reminds me of, because these spirals just keep multiplying. So we've got that going. All right, it's down to about your knees now. We're going to finish with the bottom part of your legs, and then here comes the irrigation. We're flushing all that ground up gunk out of your neurological system, and we're putting stem cell energy in there. Light amber colored gel, sparkles, dippity doo. There are vortices spinning above your head, beneath your feet, on either side of you, front and behind, all spinning concurrently. And that's going to help regenerate your neurological system. There's a product called Beam Minerals, BEAM Minerals. And if you go to beammineralsplural.com and you order, here's what I want you to get. I want you to get the Micro Boost, which is minerals, and I want you to get the I think it's called Essentialites, and it's what it is it's enzymes and God, I'm blanking on the name. Anyways, get those 2. One's in a big blue bottle, one's in a big green bottle. And if you use Julie Ryan as the checkout code, you'll get 20% off. It's important that you use that daily. It's a liquid and electrolytes is what it is. It's electrolytes in the green bottle. Sorry, I had a blonde moment there for a second. And then the body needs minerals. They're the foundational building blocks for cell regeneration, whether it's in your brain or in your nerves or whatever. And most of us are walking around with about 40% of the minerals that we need to be healthy. So that's really going to help you heal when you add those to, your diet and your vitamins and your wellness regimen. I think you're gonna be just fine. You look
Okay.
good. We did the healing on your brain. Your brain looks great. All your neural pathways are lit up now. So that'll integrate into your body.
Thank you so much, Julie.
You
Now,
are
I got,
welcome.
if you
You're
could just,
welcome.
she's a cancer survivor.
Not
Yes.
cancer.
So we're gonna have you schedule an appointment with one of my clients or one of my graduates or me because I got a whole bunch of other callers to get to, and I limit it to one question per caller
Okay.
so we can get as many people on. So schedule an appointment with me or with one of my graduates. They're all fabulous. And my graduates, you can usually get in pretty quickly to see them, and they're a lot less expensive than I am. Although tonight was free. That's pretty cheap. Tonight was
Thank
free.
you
You're
much.
welcome. I hope you feel better. Auntie,
Thank you.
we'll talk to you in an appointment. Okay.
Thank
Bye
Thank you.
bye-bye. Bye, Sade.
Bye-bye. Bye, Shade.
AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Put your first name, where you're located, and your question in the chat. And we're taking people from over there too. Samantha's there. If you have any questions, she'll help you. She's the queen of the YouTube live stream. And Chris is the captain of the ship. So, Chris, who you got next for us? Hello, Sierra.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, my girl?
I'm great.
Terrific.
My
Where are
question
you?
is,
Where are you?
oh, I'm in San Francisco.
Okay, terrific.
So
Question.
we just adopted a new puppy who's super
Oh,
cute, and I wanted to see if you could do a pet scan
yeah.
to see if she has anything going on. We don't really know her
Okay.
background at all. So,
Can we see her? Is she close by?
yes, she's
Yeah.
right here.
What's her name? Oh,
Ramona, but she's not answering to her name. So we're trying to see if we should
Ramona.
rename her as well.
I'm getting Randy.
Randy.
R-A-N-D-I.
Oh,
R-A-N-D-I is what I
cute.
heard. Yeah. Like
Okay.
girl Randy. She's darling. So show us again. What is she? She's got some schnauzer in her or what?
We
I
think,
don't
yeah,
know.
we were thinking of maybe getting one of those DNA tests. Oops, let's see, let's move this way
She's
because we don't know
darling.
what she is.
Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. For those of you that are listening, she's she's kind of like a short-haired Benji dog in a lot of ways.
Hmm,
How old do they
yeah.
think she is?
About 5 months.
Okay, and you got her from the pound or
Yeah.
yeah, she's so thrilled to be with you. She's saying she's
Oh, thank
so grateful. She's so thrilled. She's telling me she's healthy as a horse, although she's a
great.
dog. She says she's healthy as a horse. She's very smart. She understands when you talk to her. She understands what you're
Okay.
saying. She would like more toys and more treats. That's that's no big surprise. Do you have a doggy bed with a blanket in it for her?
Not with a blanket.
Okay, she'd like a blanket.
Okay.
She's showing me a doggy bed with a blanket. Like, not like one of those, um, really super soft ones. They're not
Okay.
cotton, like, if she's
Plush.
picking at it with her paws, but plush. Yeah,
Okay.
and real comfy. Is she sleeping in the bed with you guys?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Where is she sleeping? In her crate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Put the dog bed in the crate.
Okay.
She's talking about she wants to sleep in the bed.
Yes, she does.
So that's what she's saying. And she'd
Wow.
prefer to sleep in the bed with you guys, but
Mhm.
I think, you gotta be open to spirit communication because
Yeah.
it can mean a multitude of things. And when she said she wants to sleep in the bed, that's why I asked you. And then I heard put her bed, doggy bed with the blanket in her crate.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So do that. How is she when you leave her?
Not good. Does not like to be left at all.
Right. That's what I'm getting. Separation anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm hearing, this is off the wall, but this is coming from spirit, Sierra. And what I'm hearing is play lullabies. Play like a
Okay.
tape, get a tape of, new baby lullabies, and it can just be instrumental, it doesn't have to have singing in it, but I'm getting play lullabies and, do that, and then the other trick that just came into my head is one of your T-shirts, like, wear a T-shirt so it smells like you, and then put that
Okay.
in her bed with her when you're leaving her. Play lullabies, put that shirt in the bed. So, get all
Okay.
your smells
Thank
on it,
you.
and, we
Will
think
do.
we think, "Oh my god, this shirt needs to be laundered," and actually the animals love it.
I bet.
Yeah.
One last question. I was curious. She does this thing where she sort of snaps at us, randomly. I think she just is an opinionated pup. Um, any idea, or is she trying to communicate something?
Why are you snapping at Sierra? What's your husband's name?
Derek.
Derek, why are you snapping? To show you she's boss. Good luck
That's what
with
we thought.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to be boss. All right, so
Okay.
you're not the boss, Randy. I mean, Randy's come in 3 or 4 times, Randi.
I
So,
love that. Okay.
Randy, you're not the boss. You know how little kids will say, "You're not the boss of me." Uh, all right, how can you, uh I'm hearing don't say no because no isn't enough information. So what I
Okay.
heard was when she snaps at you, grab her and hug her and say, "We love you. It's okay. You don't need to be worried about anything." So reinforce your love and affection for her because she does it when
Okay.
she's getting spooked by something. She's afraid of something or something's doesn't
Okay.
feel right to her. So just
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like crazy to grab a dog that's snapping at you and try and snuggle it, but she'll let you and she'll outgrow it. It's kinda like
Okay.
babies bite. I bit
Yeah.
some kid, I think I was 2, and my mother washed out my mouth with Dial soap because the doctor told her to do that, and she said, "I never bit anybody again."
I
I'm
bet.
not I'm not saying don't do that to Randy, but I'm saying that kids bite too when they get
Okay.
frustrated or they get scared.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, and I guess I was a
Wow.
biter. Yeah,
Well, hopefully she won't follow in your footsteps.
exactly. I wouldn't wash your mouth out with soap, but I'm just telling you what happened to me, and the scary thing is the doctor told her to do that. Ugh,
I can't believe
so
that. Oh, well,
I
thank you
know.
so much. I really
You're
appreciate it. And I'm so glad
welcome.
to hear she's healthy.
She's darling. Enjoy her.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye, Sierra. How funny is that? God, I haven't thought about that in a long time. And then she washed my mouth out with soap. Another time, I remember my 2 front teeth were loose and they came out like right after she did it. So I always used to give her grief about knocking out my front 2 teeth with a bar of Dial soap. But I think I called her a bad name. I was probably being a brat and I called her a bad name. And so she caught up with me and my 2 front teeth came out. So, I you know, I don't think I've suffered any self-esteem issues because of that, but it makes for a funny story. All right, funny in a twisted kind of way. AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, I'm at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Just put your first name and where you're located in the chat, and we will be taking questions over there from over there as well, which makes it fun. You guys know I never know who's calling in or writing in. I never know what their question is. I never know what Spirit's going to say. So that's why Thursday nights are such a blast, because it's just like a big crapshoot. Who knows what what's gonna come up every time? It's different. All right, Chris, who's next? Hi, Julie. I'm Carrie from Auburndale. Wonder where Auburndale is. Oh, Florida. Auburndale, Florida. There you go. That was fast. My mom, also in Auburndale, had a cornea replacement in her left eye about a year ago, and it was doing good for a while. Now she can't see out of it. Please scan. All right, here we go. Can you put in your mama's name? I'd love to know her name. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading south. Always goes behind my chair when the laser beam's heading south. It cracks me up every time. Okay, got you going to your mom. Carrie's mom. Carrie's asking me a question on my show. May I scan you? She says, of course. All right, good job setting that up. Going in, left eye. Oh, yeah. Ooh, she got some peripheral vision. I can see around the edge. So, what we're doing, Carrie, is we're scooping out the middle of her eye. Like, imagine a little melon ball scoop, one of those really little ones. And it's leaving a divot, of course, and stem cell energy is going in. Light amber colored gel sparkles, dippity doo. And there's a vortex spinning out in front. And that's going to regenerate her eye material. It's interesting because there was like a netting, almost like a gauze that went underneath the stem cell energy when it was put in, similar to what I had talked about before, where those threads, both horizontal and vertical, are there, and they add support for the healing. Kind of like a graft. You'll hear about a graft. Grafts look to me, and I've seen them in surgery in person, they look like the stockinette that is put on an arm or a leg before it's casted with plaster. Like if you have a broken arm. Sharon. Thanks, Carrie. Sharon. Uh, and so that's what I'm watching get put on the bottom, and the stem cell energy's been placed on top of that, kind of like cheesecloth. That's the vision I just got in my head. And the stem cell energy went inside of it, and now that cheesecloth is wrapping around it. Interesting. I haven't seen that before, but it's always fun because I get to see new stuff all the time. All right, what's going to happen next? They got that going on. All right, vortex is spinning outside of her eye, but I'm looking at her eye from the back. So I'm looking at it kind of horizontally. And what I'm watching is I'm watching that cornea come back in, and it's starting from the bottom and filling up. But as I'm looking at it from my angle, it's going out towards the front. Because imagine I'm back behind her eyeball in her head looking out. All right, vortex is still spinning. That's sped up. The vortex has gotten faster. Haven't seen that before either. So that's fun. All right. This is why I love this job so much, you guys. And you all can do this too. I learned how to do all this stuff, and I teach people. You all can do it too. So watching that. Okay. All right. Now what's happening is there was a string that came out of the middle of her eye, and it pulled out that cheesecloth structure. It was almost like it was just in there while the cornea was regenerating. So we got that. All right, I'm looking at it from the back of her eye looking out. It's a little cloudy. Let's see if we can get that cleared up. I'm watching like a focus dial on a camera get moved around, and that's coming in. She's got a cataract on her other eye. I'm going to get that out while I got her on my radar. So it looks like a contact lens, pulling it out, energetic contact lens going in, like an intraocular lens is what they call them in cataract surgery, one little stitch on the outside of her eye. Now I'm looking through both eyes. All right. She can see clearly now, energetically. I'm also pulling it's spirit working through me and with me to help her heal herself, but I'm watching the muscles behind her eyes get pulled together and tightened. Think of a horse's reins when the rider has them pulled together and they're holding them with one hand. That's what that reminds me of. So I believe she'll make a complete recovery from this. You're sweet to call in for your mom. Give her my love and tell her she's going to completely heal from this. All righty. Ask Julie Ryan Show. If you want to have a conversation with me, and we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Put your first name and your question in the comments in the chat and where you're located. And we'll be taking some more questions from there as well. Let's see who Chris has lined up next. Hello, Shannon.
Hi.
You look like you're in heaven.
Hey, well, Pacific Northwest. That's a shot from the Washington state beaches.
It's gorgeous. You guys that are listening, she's got clouds behind her. She looks like she's floating in the clouds. So nice. Yeah. Okay, come back up. So I'd rather see you now.
Thank you.
Where are you?
I'm outside of Seattle in a place called Leaky, Washington.
Terrific. Well, welcome. How may I help you?
2 years ago, I had to have surgery, and the anesthesia put me into chemical dementia. I am not able to read a book now. I'm not retaining anything. It's like I can do day-to-day stuff, but my memory is like shot.
Wow. Okay. And what are the doctors saying about that?
That they basically blamed it on the anesthesia. They're like, it's known to do it, but generally people come back after a year. So, and I've been cutting cords. I've been trying to do healing. I've been, and there's just something stuck and I'm just not sure.
Okay. We're gonna see what's going on. I'm already getting divine downloads on you of stuff to do. Because when we're chit-chatting, I get these downloads into my head. I call them divine downloads even before I get you on my radar. Here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading up to you in Seattle. Got you. We're doing a heavy metal detox first, Shannon. Imagine two big U-shaped magnets on either side of your body. They're joined in the middle. Those silver with the red tip, those
Yes.
old-fashioned U-shaped magnets. And they're going up and down your body and they're pulling out metallic particulates. They turn a quarter of a turn, go up and down your body, turn a quarter of a turn, same thing, up and down your body till they make a full revolution. Okay, just popped off. Now we're irrigating any metallic dust out of your body and it's flying out the end of your toes. Imagine your toes look like sprinklers. That's my favorite part of this healing. Because it's these, your feet look like sprinklers with water flying out of them. All right, got that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a lymph cleanse. Imagine there's a big vertical oval tube inside your body, but on the front of your body, and all your lymph fluid is inside of it. And it's kind of an amber color. And Shannon, it's kind of globby. Think of the fluid inside a lava lamp.
Okay.
And there's a hole that's open on the bottom of each of your feet. As that lymph fluid spins in a clockwise direction, as I'm looking at you from the front, the toxins are coming out the bottom of your feet. We're doing a reverse osmosis purification, similar to what they do to Dasani and Aquafina, drinking water and other purified drinking water. They keep the liquid and get rid of the toxins. Same concept. Now there's a big dome of a big metal dome that's come down over your whole body. As it lifts off, it's removing lymph nodes that have sequestered toxins. And those can look like little D3 vitamin capsules, and they look brown or black inside of them. Either the whole thing's brown or black. It can look like a spot. It can be a portion of it. Those have all been sucked out of the top of your head. And now you're being sprinkled with stem cell energy. And there are vortices spinning above your head, beneath your feet, on either side, front and behind, all spinning concurrently. That's going to regenerate your lymph nodes that we've removed. So we've got that going on. I talked about Beam Minerals earlier. I
Mhm.
want you to get on those. BEAMminerals.com. Use Julie Ryan at checkout, all one word. Or you can go to askjulieryan.com to the sponsors page. And all my sponsors are on there. And we don't have sponsors that don't give us discounts. That's part of our deal. So it's 20% off. I want you to do the blue bottle, which is the Micro Boost, and I want you to do the electrolytes, which is the green bottle. They're liquid. They don't have any flavor. They taste like water, but that's going to help you detox naturally. When people talk about using charcoal or bentonite clay to detox, it's non-discriminatory. It's just going to detox anything that comes in its way. This is going to only detox the heavy metals and the stuff that's not supposed to be there. And you're going to feel a whole lot better when you do that. Also, the other thing is I shot some energetic estrogen into you. How young are you?
I'm in my mid 50s,
Okay.
55.
Are you
So
on hormones?
I had to start because I'm a survivor of a couple cancers. So yes.
So you're on bioidentical hormones?
No, they've got me on. We figured out, oh God, what's the name? It's a patch, but it's just estrogen and it's a small dose.
Okay. But be sure it's bioidentical, first of all.
Okay.
Okay. And I think you need to be on estradiol, testosterone, and progesterone.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting. And I'm a fan of the cream. Just be sure the patch, call your pharmacist and be sure it's bioidentical, which is what the body makes when we're young and fertile, because you don't want the synthetic hormones. Those have extra molecules added to them so they can be patented, and you don't want those. Okay. So that's going to help a lot too with your cognitive situation. So I would do the Beam Minerals. I would do the bioidentical hormones, your diet, of course. Stay low on the food chain, stay away from sugar and processed things. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it, kind of a thing. You'll completely recover. Your brain looks okay. You just have a bunch of heavy metals that you hadn't detoxed yet.
Thank you. No, I greatly, greatly appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope you feel better.
And it was an honor to meet you.
Oh, you too, girl. Thanks so much. Bye, Shannon.
Bye.
All right. We're at AskJulieRyanShow.com. If you want to have a conversation with me, we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. Put your first name and where you're located and your question in the comments, and then we'll be taking people from over there. Samantha's there helping people, keeping them entertained. And of course, Chris is on the main board. So let's see who he brings up next. Hi, Andrea.
My name's Hi, yes, it's Andrea. Nice to
Hi,
see
Andrea.
you.
You too. How are
Yeah.
you?
I am okay. And
Good.
what I would love to maybe get your support in is I have eczema from head
Yeah.
to toe, and I've
Oh,
had
jeez.
sort of a very, and it's lasted 5 years without a break. Since the
Oh,
pandemic, it sort of it came on, but I'm sure it's something that had been building for a while. However, in talking to some other naturopaths and natural healers, I'm also told that I have a lot of parasites, bacteria,
you got
overgrowth, and
yeast. You got yeast.
I got yeast. Okay, so
Yeah.
I am, but so I'm very inflamed. My skin is very oozy, and I can't sleep because at night it seems as though my whole body goes into extreme activation, and so I'm extremely sleep deprived and very uncomfortable in my own skin as a
I'm so
result.
sorry. Where are you located?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston. All right, here we go. I'm gonna get you on my radar. Gut, it's always gut. When there's any kind of skin condition, it's always caused by the gut. It's caused by leaky gut. Has anybody talked to you about leaky gut?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm on a very
So
restrictive diet already.
what do you want? What are you eating?
No sugar, no dairy, no lectins, no. I mean, the list goes on and on about things that I'm very stay away from.
So what are you eating?
Fish, chicken, lots of different kinds of vegetables. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got you. Shooting it. You're full of yeast, girl. Full. You
Yes.
need an antifungal. Nystatin is my favorite. Nystatin, nystatin. And I'm removing it out of your GI tract. Spirit working through me and with me to help you heal yourself. And what leaky gut looks like to me, Andrea, is have you ever seen a sausage link? Sausage link?
Yes.
You know, they grind up the meat and then they put it inside that casing. So
Yeah.
imagine the casing looks like your intestinal wall and it's only one cell thick. And
Yeah.
imagine that we took a box cutter and we made little slits in it. And what
Mm.
that does is that's what leaky gut looks like to me inside the body. And what happens is microscopic particles of food and toxins from the gut get into the bloodstream. And the body says, oh crap, literally, it's coming from the intestines, which is the sewer of the body. Oh crap, we're under attack, batten down the hatches. And it makes the cell membranes tough to keep out the invaders, which is all
Right.
great from an immune response, but it keeps out all the goodies too. The vitamins, the nutrients, the hormones, all that kind of stuff. So what we want to do is we want to get that immune response calmed down and get
Yeah.
rid of the yeast. Nystatin is something that they give to babies, Andrea. It stays in the GI tract, no known side effects. It is a prescription, so you'll have to get it
Okay.
from your doctor. And that's really going to be the key. I get that you're going to want to be on it 4 times a day for 7 months.
Whoa, 7 months.
Yeah, 7 months to get it all cleared up. But you figure how long you've been dealing with this. You said 5 years.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and your immune system got whacked during that time.
Yes.
And so you had an overgrowth of yeast. So stay low on the food chain. If God made it, eat it. If man made it in a factory, do your best to avoid it. Number 1. Number 2, stay away from sugar. You're doing that and anything
Yep.
refined because the body treats it as sugar. And bread, pasta, crackers, cookies, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stay away from
Yeah.
fermented things, Andrea. Wine, beer,
Okay.
alcohol, kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt,
Yeah.
vinegar, soy sauce, kombucha, pickles. People
Yep.
say, well, but I thought fermented food was supposed to keep your gut healthy. Yeah, not when you have yeast. It's like pouring jet
Yeah.
fuel on a fire, makes it worse.
Right.
The other thing is you want to, if you're going to eat fruit, peel it because there's tons of yeast on the peel. I don't expect you
Okay.
to peel a blueberry or a grape, but certainly an apple, a peach, pear, a plum. Peel all that stuff. Never, ever for the rest of your life, ever put a slice of lemon or lime in a drink. Ever. They're full of yeast, the peel. And if you're in a restaurant, they cut those things up early in the morning and you're drinking a glass of water with a lemon slice in it that's been sitting out for 10 hours. And God
Mm-hmm.
only knows what's growing on it. Blah. So,
Mm.
most people go, well, I never thought about that before. I said, yeah, but it's pretty disgusting when you think about it. So there's that. Freeze and reheat leftovers because yeast gets on leftovers when they're in the fridge overnight. And then you want to get on
Oh,
some nice statin. That's the missing link. That's what they're all missing is it's a fungal
okay.
infection. Yeah. You'll completely
Oh,
heal
wow.
from it. Yeah.
Okay.
In the
Thank you.
meantime, what I'm getting is to take a bath in cool water when it's really on your last nerve. Just plain cool water.
Okay.
And that's going to calm down the inflammation. What I've done is, like you've seen this in a shower scene, where something's poured on somebody in the shower, or like when a team wins a championship and they pour the Gatorade bucket on the coach. That's what I
Yes.
just saw happen on your body, a big, like a Home Depot bucket of stem cell energy get poured from the
Ah,
top of your head and covering your whole body. And
oh,
you'll feel it go down. It'll feel cool or cold as it goes down your
mm,
body. And then there are vortices above your head, beneath your feet, on either side of you, front and behind, spinning concurrently. And that's going to help regenerate your skin and heal all those sores and the ooziness.
oh,
God bless
thank
you.
you.
I hope you
Thank
feel
you so
better.
much.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Let us
Thank
know how
you.
you're doing.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Andrea. Oh, God bless her. That sounds miserable. Okay. AskJulieRyanShow.com if you want to have a conversation with me. And we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream. So put your first name and your question in the chat, and we're taking questions from over there. And I repeat this stuff throughout the show. Again, you guys, people join us mid-show, so it's just a reminder. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it's for those that are joining us midway through. Okay, let's see who Chris has next. Hi, Julie. I'm Lisa in Somerville, South Carolina. You're close to me, girl. Can you help my son, Zach, who's deeply unhappy from past trauma that therapy and medicine has never been able to help? I'm desperate to help him. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's going on, Lisa. I'm going to come from you and I'm going to go to Zach and I'm going to ask his permission if I can scan him. If he says no, we'll still be able to talk to his spirit. And I don't have a problem with doing that because spirits are going to tell us what they want us to know. But I'm not looking inside his body without his permission. It's kind of like you run into somebody that has pneumonia and you ask them how they're feeling. They're going to tell you what they want you to know, but you're not looking at their chest x-ray without permission. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam heading east, directly east to South Carolina. All right. Got you. Got Zach. Zach, I'm talking to your mom. Kind of, he's saying no already. No, no. That's what I heard. All right. Let's talk to his spirit. Zach, what's going on? I get his diet's terrible. Get him eating healthy food. Good luck with a teenager. That's, that's tough. And he doesn't get any sunlight and he gets a lot of screen time. So it's stealing his dopamine. The sunlight's going to help his serotonin levels and help him feel better. And if you can get him to eat keto as much as possible, Lisa, that's going to make a major change for him and help get rid of this depression that he's going through. There's a guy who's head of psychiatry at Harvard. His name's Dr. Chris Palmer. And he's written several books about his patients that he put on a ketogenic diet. Now, keep in mind, this guy's head of psychiatry. So he's got the sickest of the sick that he's treating. Schizophrenics. I mean, serious brain issues. And he says that 90% of his patients not only get off all their meds when they go on a ketogenic diet, but their brains heal and they go back to functioning in normal society. They get their jobs back, they get their families back, they have a social life. And he said their brains actually heal. So he suggests that only 10% or less of his patients are helped with medication, whereas the vast majority, 90+%, are helped with a ketogenic diet. That would be my first order of business with Zach, if he'll listen to you. If he still lives at home, you can control that somewhat by what you buy. But I would look up Dr. Chris Palmer, MD, Harvard, and let Zach read what that information is that he's found in his studies. And he says also that it's really helpful with children who have ADHD, children and adults. They're on the spectrum, whatever. He said they see marked improvement when they can get those kids on a ketogenic diet. And he says that there's more than 100 years worth of research on ketogenic diets because they've been using it to control seizures in pediatric people that have epilepsy. So he's a huge proponent, and that's an easy thing for you to do. I hope that helps. If you can get him to change his mind, I'll be happy to scan his brain, but I don't know that we need to. I think all that information will hopefully suffice. So thanks for joining us. Alrighty, AskJulieRyanShow.com. And if you want to have a conversation with me, and we're at Ask Julie Ryan on the YouTube live stream, remember to subscribe. Remember to share this episode with your family and friends. If you know anybody that has eczema, has somebody in their family, or perhaps they are dealing with depression, if you've got somebody who's had a stroke, if you've got somebody whose dog has separation anxiety, all these things, it's always interesting, the emails I get from people who say, I was listening to your show and you were talking to Susie May in Mississippi, and she had the same symptoms that I do. And just by listening and envisioning the healing, my symptoms went away too. So there's a lot of ancillary healing that goes on every week in this show. And frankly, just listening to the show or watching the show, we're all in such a high vibration because I'm bebopping all over the place, scanning people, that when we're in a high vibration, it helps the body heal, helps us heal emotional grief and things like that. So just sitting in the high vibe is really beneficial too. All righty, Chris, who you got? We got Juliana. Hi, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Good.
I'm a Julianne, but not Anna. But and 2 words.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay,
we're
cool.
almost twins, although I could be your mother or maybe even your grandmother. You look really young. How young are you?
31.
31. I couldn't be your grandmother, but I could be your mother. Where are you?
I actually am a twin too, so.
Oh, I must be psychic or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Where
Yep.
are you?
Bismarck, North Dakota.
My first job out of school was in Sioux Falls. Honey, you are a trooper. Those winters up there, holy mother of God. I have never seen snow like that. They made
Yep.
Ohio, where I grew up, they made Ohio look like the tropics. I was like, how did these, do you ever wonder how those settlers in covered wagons and log cabins did this
Yep.
with all the snow you
I
guys
think about
get?
that.
Yeah.
I
Have you
think
gotten
about that
snow
all the
yet?
time.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was 24 here Monday night in Birmingham?
Yeah.
I had to cover all
A
my
cold snap.
plants. They're all blooming.
Mhm.
I'm like, I got company coming in. My plants need to be blooming when my company comes in. Oh, how may
Right.
I help you?
Well, I just had a question about I've been having kind of started as a muscular strain in my lower abdomen, kind of front of the pelvis area.
Huh.
I've been working on a lot of like PT, some chiropractic stuff. It's gotten better, but still lingering and definitely feels like shouldn't have taken quite this long to get better. So hope you could do a scan.
So like almost like a groin pull or not that low?
Um,
More
there were
pelvic,
times that
more
I
up
could,
higher?
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. And did you fall? Did you have an accident? Did you strain something playing sports or working out or?
Well, it was during a practice. I play ultimate, which is unrelated, but it's like soccer. Just imagine like soccer. Had like a 3-hour practice, and as I was driving, I had to drive 6 hours to come back. And like when I got out of the car is when I noticed it, but there was never like an instance where I felt like, oh, that was a strain or something like that.
You pulled something during that game, and then it just didn't kick in until later. So,
Right.
all right, let me get you on my radar. Here we go. And it's called Ultimate, and it's like soccer. Is it indoor? Up there, probably. Yeah.
So it's ultimate frisbee. So you play
Oh,
like
oh
with a
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Ultimate
yeah.
Frisbee. I know what you're talking about. Okay. So why is it like soccer?
Well, because most people don't know what it is, so I just give them an idea of like kind of what the movement is like so that
Okay.
people know like it's not like disc golf where you're just standing and throwing.
Yeah.
So
But it's a
there's a lot of
workout.
running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of running.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Sweet home Alabama, heading up to you in North Dakota. I have been to Bismarck. Yeah, not in the
Nice.
winter, but Fargo in the winter. Yeah. Too much snow for me. Got you. And listen, when I lived there, I had a heated driveway with underground parking in my condo building. And every time it snowed and I went down that driveway, because I wouldn't have been able to get in and out, with the snow and the ice. I remember thanking
Mhm.
God, thank you, God, I'm not in a covered wagon and I can go into my underground garage with the heated driveway.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right. I digress. Got you. Shooting energy. Yeah, you got pulled muscles. You got pulled muscles. Pulled muscle, Juliana, looks like a little girl's long hair. Take one hair and she's got split ends and there's little fibers coming off of it. And so we're putting stem cell energy on it. My favorite thing. And just putting that on all those muscles. And then there's a vortex spinning outside of your pelvic area and that's regenerating it. I sound like a broken record for B minerals tonight. Get the B minerals, start taking them. It's going to help you heal faster. And
Okay.
bminerals.com. Use Julie Ryan, all one word, in the checkout for 20% off. That's going to help all those muscle fibers regenerate faster, and then stay on it because you're an athlete, and athletes need the extra minerals, as do all of us, but you especially do because
Yeah.
of
I actually just started the green bottle yesterday.
Good,
So
good. I would add the blue.
yeah.
Add the blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's a detox too. And that's got the
Okay.
minerals in it. The other one's electrolytes, which is important,
Okay.
but you want to do both. And I would do a
Okay.
capful of each.
Okay.
Okay. And that'll
Do
help a
you
lot.
do you think the pelvis, like, is there any like rotation or anything there that's contributing? No. Okay.
Now, muscles and ligaments take longer to heal than bones. They just take a long time
Really?
to heal. This will speed up. What I've done is put the stem cell energy on it so that really helps the healing happen in warp speed. And my analogy for this is go back to your 4th grade science lessons where we learn that every cell has a nucleus and every nucleus is surrounded by cytoplasm. Cytoplasm's a watery gel like dippity-doo. And so good. Thanks, Samantha. She's got AskJulieRyan.com sponsors. That's the easiest thing. Just go to that page and then all those links are there. So every cell is a nucleus. Every nucleus is surrounded by cytoplasm, which is watery gel like dippity-doo. And our bodies have a centrifugal force in them that spins, that causes the cells to divide and replicate to the tune of billions of them a day. The healings that I describe help the body heal in warp speed. And they're doing the same thing that the cells do on their own. And interestingly enough, scientists in the last couple of years have found that inside the nucleus of every human cell is a vortex. It's a black hole. And so, you know how I always talk about seeing vortices? There's one inside the nucleus of every human cell. I was doing cartwheels on that one. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's why I see vortices all the time. So I love it when
Yeah.
science catches up with woo-woo. Don't you?
Yes,
Woo-woo's been
totally.
around a whole lot longer. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be back out running
Okay.
soon. Okay. Thanks
Okay.
for calling in. Hope you
Thank
feel better.
you very much.
You bet. Bye. All righty, everybody. So much fun. And sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. If you're watching the Bama-Oklahoma game, watch for me. I'll wave to you. I'll be the one in the stands wearing red, probably with 100,000 other people, truth be told. But hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Bye, everybody. To enhance your spiritual journey, click on one of the videos below and remember to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with your family and friends.